on, everybody? We're here with another great episode with Undressed with Paul and Patrick, Little Snow White 90210. Welcome, bitches.
Hey, Undressed bitches. I'm excited because we have a really fun, gorgeous guest in the Paulitude.
She's hot.
Beverly Hills Boutique today.
She's phenomenal.
Yes, you'll know her from Goliath.
She's sexy.
Lost.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
She's on Lincoln Lawyer.
And I don't even think she knows the first thing about law.
And you might even remember from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D.
Oh my God!
I fucking love that movie. Tania Raymonde is in the Paulitude Boutique.
Hello. Everybody give her a big round of applause here. Yes.
Hey,
we have
Tania.
audience.
Am I saying your last name right?
Well, it's got a couple different pronunciations. In French, it's Raymonde. My mom is French. Raymonde's actually my actual real first name is Tania Raymonde.
Tania Raymonde.
Oh.
That's what I want to call you.
You could call me Tania
That sounds
Raymonde.
so bougie.
Yeah, it is very bougie sounding, but we're
Yes.
not bougie at all. So please don't. We're not bougie people. But the French pronunciation
Talk
is
for
Raymonde.
yourself, bitch. We're bougie.
But some people say Raymonde if they give it a little more of a Latin
Tania
flair.
Raymonde.
That also works. Raymond is like the American pronunciation.
So what is your
That sounds like
ethnic
tomato
background?
sauce.
Are you French? Are you French?
I am French. My mom is French from South. She's from Corsica, which is a little island in the south.
I love Corsica.
Yeah. Have you been?
We've been.
You've
Paul,
been?
there, yes.
Really?
We will.
Yes.
Yes.
No way, really. The
Little
south.
tiny island.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Je m'appelle Paul. Je
Bien sûr, exactement.
Je
c'est
parle
ça.
français très bien.
Bah bien.
But I forgot it all.
Vous avez un bon
I have no idea
accent.
what they're saying. It's between France and Greece.
It's right
Somewhere in
across
between
from
the
Italy, right below south of France. So
Yeah.
it's
South of
like a
France,
little
yeah.
boat ride or a plane ride. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
not fun.
very. So were you born there?
I wasn't. My mom was. Though my whole family still lives out there. My mom's the only one who came out here.
Oh my God, you own the island of Corsica? Are they going to change it to the Ramon Island?
No. We don't own it, but we're from the north, so we're from Bastia, which is a little city in the north. All the
else
really
do we
nice
know from
beaches
there?
are in the south. You probably went to the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's very
beautiful. Have you been?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's gorgeous, right?
How could she
go all
not
the
go? She
time.
owns it. She
We're
takes a
going
private
first.
jet.
Not own
She's
it.
got a
Oh my
landing.
God.
No. I'm terrified of private jets. I would never get on a private jet. I went on a
way.
private jet once because I had a crush on the guy that's like, take this jet with me, and I did it.
Yeah.
But ever since then, never again. I have so many statistics about
You
how
took one
dangerous
for
they
the
are.
team, and I
I
love
did.
it.
Wait. Was it a small private jet
It was
or
like
like a
an
commuter
eight-
Let's talk
plane?
about what the
or
guy's size was. I mean, if he was small, who cares? He had a big jet.
Size
Exactly.
matters.
It makes up for it. Like 8 seats or something. It was a
Oh.
short ride from Vegas to
It was
LA.
a G. It was a
Okay.
G4.
It was fine.
Probably.
You
Yeah.
know, there was sushi on the plane and lobster.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, then
Yeah,
there-
but not if you're gonna die soon. It doesn't matter to me at
well,
all.
if that's the last meal, then at least you've got something good to eat.
You're right. Actually.
I mean, if you're gonna go down,
yeah. It's probably a pack
you
of
were probably
peanuts.
if you went
Yes.
down, you'd be in the desert. No, you were gonna be sashimi to somebody.
Yes.
I went to Colorado a few months ago by myself because he didn't go to see a friend, and we had to take this little 8-seater plane, and it was in this tiny little town in Colorado, Grand Junction, way in the mountains,
Yeah.
and that was the bumpiest
Bumpy, right?
fucking plane I've ever ridden. In my
Yeah.
life.
Well, those are air pockets. You're in the mountains. It's
Oh
dangerous.
my God! I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be like a whole.
They're like bumps in the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're bumpier. It's
They're
bumpier.
bumps in the
It's-
sky.
I know. Well.
So I have a question for you, Tania.
Yes.
How did
Why?
you?
What were we doing so far?
How did you get started in this business? I'm always curious.
What's
what
the
was your
business?
first?
Yeah, what's the
acting
business?
gig?
What is your business? What's the hustle here?
I was in a play when I was 9.
Okay.
I was like a dreamy, weird kid that liked to read a lot.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, I guess do drama. So I went to a really strict academic school called Lycée Français, which is a French school here in LA.
They have it here in LA,
Yeah, that's
down
right.
the street.
So I did the whole French curriculum from
Those
the
teachers
beginning.
have rulers there.
They do. They would slap our.
Yes, they do.
And don't they speak French too
So
in
all-
the school,
yes,
right? The whole
yes.
school is
Only.
French.
So all the
Yeah.
classes were in French. My English teacher
Yeah.
was French. Biology was French. Mathematics were in
If
French.
you don't know French, you learn it the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
No, if
because
you don't
they
know
beat
French
up.
and you go to lycées, what is it? How do you say?
Lycée Français. Yeah,
Lycée Français, you're
That's
fucked
right.
if you don't know
Exactly.
French.
So we
Wait,
wore
how do you say that in
uniforms.
French?
What, you're fucked?
Yeah.
I mean.
You're fucked.
Exactly. You are fucked.
Le fuck.
Le fuck, which actually sounds nicer
In
French
Spanish,
than it doesn't.
fuck. Oh.
Yes.
God.
So this is how French it was. We were wearing, we wore uniforms. So like a
Yes.
white collared shirt, blue blazer, like knee socks all the way up to here, and like a
The
little
pleated
gray pleated
skirts,
skirt.
yes.
Yeah.
And we had to be a certain length. We would like always like
Roll up
up our
this
skirts
waist.
to try and make them as short as possible.
Yeah.
And the teacher, the supervisor would come by with a ruler and slap the backs of our thighs if our skirt was too short. So yeah, it was that.
Was
kind
it a
of school.
Catholic?
No.
French
No,
school?
no,
No, it wasn't.
No, just French
Just a
instruction.
very strict French school. Wow.
So-
Macron runs it.
This was way before Macron's time.
And you
What a
did a
cute-
play, so you were saying you did a play.
So we had 1 year of theater.
Yeah.
It was the only year that we ever had, because there's no sports, there's no nothing. It's just
Yeah,
very academic.
yeah. Yep.
And that year, the guy who ran the theater program was this fabulous, awesome dude. This is why I started acting. His name was Dean Schulman.
Okay.
And I don't know how he ended up at Lycée Français, but he did.
Yeah.
And we did
'Cause
The
he
Wizard
spoke
of Oz.
French.
Very little, but
Oh
yeah,
my
he did a
God.
little bit. And I played Dorothy in that, and then there was somebody who was scouting for kid actors
No
in
way.
the audience, and they asked
You
my
got
parents.
discovered just like at a random.
I mean,
Oh
it
my
really
God,
was.
you didn't even have to go to a drugstore.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Or get out of a bus in Hollywood where somebody stopped you and said, "Oh, look, she's got a suitcase.
right.
She's gonna be the
Right.
new I don't know
Yeah,
what."
or
So he
work
gave
at,
your
like-
parents a card.
So yeah, and then it was a kid's agent who I ended up staying with for the next 12 years,
Oh
and
my
that's how I started acting. Yeah.
And then what was your first acting job?
My first acting job was like one episode of the show called Providence with Melina Kanakarides. I played her as a young daughter, and then a Greek. There you go. We're
Yeah.
talking about Greeks and Turks.
Yes.
And then right after that was Malcolm in the Middle. That's how I started.
Wow. And Malcolm in the Middle, you
It
were
was so long ago I can't
I
remember.
was
'cause
11.
a crush, right? He
I
had
was
a crush
Malcolm.
on you or
I had a crush on
something.
him.
Oh, you had a
So
crush on him. I knew there was a crush
I
on
was
him.
his like obsessive
I must have been
girlfriend.
barely 2.
Yeah. It was so
when
long ago.
Malcolm
We're
in
talking.
the Middle came out.
Yeah,
Sure.
19.
Yeah,
was it
something.
2000. Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay.
And so the funny thing was I didn't watch a lot of TV as a kid, but I did watch that show. So when I got on that show, I
Yeah.
was like super in love with Frankie Muniz, who played Malcolm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, this is like divine intervention. Like obviously, next step is we're gonna get married because like there's a reason why I'm on the show.
Yes.
So there are behind the scenes.
This
pictures.
is your mom talking to you. The
No, this
whisper.
is-
You got to get married rich. Now
Yeah,
you got
and
the
young,
career.
obviously, at
You're going to
12.
be young. You're going to give me 12 kids.
So there are all these photos of like me like hugging Frankie like behind the scenes and him like smiling and like trying to get me
Pushing you away.
because I was just like there's like super nerdy
How
little-
old was he? The same age?
No, he was older. He was a couple years older.
That's what I thought,
He was
right?
like
Okay,
16.
wow.
So he wanted to date like his girlfriends were like blondes
Yeah.
with big boobs, and I'm this like nerd that's like obsessed.
Did he know you own Corsica?
Huh?
Did he know at the time that you were the inheritor
No,
of
we didn't.
Corsica?
We didn't have too many deep conversations,
my
unfortunately.
God.
But he was a very nice guy, and that was a great show.
So
yeah.
you did Malcolm in the Middle, and
Yeah.
then what? What was the next
And
big
then
show?
a couple other TV shows, and then Lost was like the next big thing.
Like I
after
saw
that.
you did Criminal Minds, right?
I
Was it
did a bunch of that
like
stuff.
everybody does
Oh,
Criminal
Cold- I
Minds,
was on Cold
NCIS.
Case and, yeah, Cold
Wait,
Case.
is Criminal Minds the one that Liz is on? Liz Rome? No. She's on NCIS.
NCIS.
No. NCIS.
I think.
No.
Criminal Minds.
She's on DUI.
DUI.
DUI. That's not even a fucking show.
SVU. It's like 3 initials. I'm not sure
They
which
should
one.
do a CSI
God.
DUI.
Something,
It's
Do
just
you have
right?
the same agent from when you first
I
started?
don't now, but I had him for. But I mean,
Your kid's
Joe Lee
agent
was my
for a
agent
long
for a
time.
really, really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
now?
And
Well,
now, I mean, I've had a million agents since then. It's
Yeah.
just sort of like
Yeah, I mean, what's
revolving.
agent? She's on Instagram, so honey, she's got an agent.
Yeah.
They find
It's
her.
all
She
right.
doesn't need to have anybody represent
I'll take
her.
all the help I could get, though. It's,
What's your favorite TV show that you've done? Favorite role you've done in a movie, on a TV show?
Well, that's a
Not
different,
movie, but a TV
wait,
show.
but that's a
Can
different
you let her
question.
answer the? Oh my
But
God!
that's a
You never
different
even let her
question.
answer the question. You just cut me
that's a
off
different
every
question.
fucking time.
Hold on, because you're saying what's your favorite TV show?
Yes.
Because as a
Yeah.
person,
Yes.
Yeah.
as a human,
Yeah.
she may aspire to have a favorite TV show, but not necessarily one that she played on.
That's not
so
what
what's
the question is.
Oh,
The
no.
question
Look-
isn't what's your favorite TV show. The question was very specific, babe. What is the favorite TV show you've ever played a role on?
Right.
Oh, I cut
Right.
you off before you finish the sentence.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But inevitably, my favorite TV show has to be a show that I've
Of
been
course.
on myself.
Of
Why would I
course.
watch
Yeah.
anything that I wasn't
Yeah.
in?
That's like me. Don't
Right.
turn on the TV if I'm not on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, who cares?
My favorite, Okay, so my favorite. Okay, so there's been a TV movie I was in that was one of my favorite roles.
Okay.
And then just for TV
was there
shows,
sex, drugs, and alcohol involved in any of
Yes,
this?
there was.
I love this.
Yes.
Tell me more.
So I played a real life person named Jodi Arias in a Lifetime
That's
movie.
right. You did play her, and I didn't realize that.
remember
till
that one.
Do you remember her
watched
story?
that.
Yes.
Yes.
That was insane.
So she's in jail now, for prison
Yeah,
for
yeah.
life.
That's
the woman
crazy.
that went to see the boyfriend in Arizona,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah.
And then she murdered
50
him.
times
Yeah.
in
And
the shower.
dropped the
Or
can-
outside the shower.
Okay, so he was a Mormon.
Right.
She was this pretty sexy babe. They were in
Yeah.
a pretty long-term relationship.
Yep.
He told her that. I'm skipping steps here, but basically, he told her that he would only ever marry a
Yeah,
Mormon.
yeah,
She
yeah.
converted for him.
Oh, she
They were
did?
still
Oh, I didn't
together.
know that
They
part.
had a pretty steamy kind of love
Yeah.
affair.
Yeah.
And then eventually broke up. She became
she couldn't
kind
deal
of
with it at all.
obsessed, couldn't deal with it, and
Yeah.
then he ended up inviting her over again sometime later, over his place, and
Yeah.
she had been sort of planning to kill him, supposedly. And that very night, the next morning, she stabbed him 32
Yeah,
times
it
in
was
the shower.
obscene amount of.
Slit-
I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
Yeah, stabbed
there's
him,
just-
slit his throat,
that's
and
a
shot him in
lot.
the head, and took photos of it accidentally while
Because
it
she
was
dropped the
happening.
camera or
That's
something,
how.
right?
That's how they found it.
Wow.
That's how they found out.
That's how they found
There
out.
was on the memory card. There
That
were
was
pictures.
scary.
And did you ever meet Jodi Arias?
I never met her, no, but
Would
we
you want
shot.
to?
I
Wait,
would.
Let
you
her
want
answer
to?
a question.
Sure.
Jesus, you cut me off every
I
time.
mean, especially while we were making it, I would have been curious to.
Wouldn't you want to meet the
Well,
person that you're portraying?
When we were making it, she was still on trial. So she was on CNN every single night. The trial was a public hearing. I mean,
Yeah.
they were filming every single day. So we would shoot during the day, and then at night I'd turn on TV, and she'd be on TV.
And she wore
on
these
the
big
stand.
glasses.
So she was this
right?
super hot blonde babe, but then when she was
Right.
on trial, she had these bangs and these glasses, and she tried to.
So
she
how
changed
did
her
they
look.
convert your look?
Well, we did her whole story from.
Was it prosthetics?
I mean, no.
Or did they
prosthetics. They just changed my hair
Prosthetics.
color.
Well, your boobs. I
Oh,
mean,
my boobs.
I mean, you're.
I know, they
You're,
did, I
You're a
know.
good B cup.
I'm a good, solid.
Yeah,
B.
you're.
She had, I mean,
She was like a
yeah.
full.
And they dyed my hair.
36, C.
They
38.
dyed my hair blonde, and my eyebrow. I mean, yeah, it
I mean,
was a
you're
whole
gorgeous.
makeup.
I mean, you're stunning. So it's like your.
She was
bone structure-
she's a pretty woman.
Yeah.
That was a big part of.
And then she
her
was
story.
in.
Healer.
Wasn't she in when she was on trial? They were saying that she was on the internet all the time. She was all into the press and
Well,
was
once
really.
she had a Twitter account supposedly,
Right.
so someone from jail was tweeting on her behalf, and then so I mean she was very publicly aware of what was going on, and this was right before the whole Me Too thing happened.
Yeah.
So I think in light of because there was some talk about what does it mean to be in a toxic, abusive relationship? Was
Yeah.
he abusive towards her? There's some really sordid details of how the relationship went on. So I wonder, in the lens of female empowerment and the whole Me Too movement, if she would have, because she almost got the death penalty.
But she didn't, right?
She didn't.
Yeah.
But I wonder if
She would have
if it would have been
survived or how it
different
would have been-
if
the
it had
outcome
happened
would
later.
have
Travis, right? The guy's name
Travis.
was Travis. I remember that. We watched that movie, babe.
Yeah, Travis.
I remember, but you're not letting me talk. So I'm not allowed to say anything.
Terrible.
I'd let you talk.
So that was good. That was a lot of. We shot the movie very quickly. It was crazy to do it while the trial was going on. I'm very proud of it. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
How
did
did
it
they
while-
do all the cuts?
How do you mean on
Did
the
you
body?
watch it? Yeah.
We had a fake knife, and they wore a prosthetic back piece, and he was naked in the
That's
shower. I mean,
right.
that was the one sequence where they had pictures from the crime
Was
scene
he-
in the makeup trailer.
Did
Yeah.
the actor have a bigger penis than the one you jumped on the private jet
Oh
with?
my god!
I'm just curious.
I
That's such
can't
an
make a
interesting
judgment.
question.
It is such an interesting question. It really
because
is.
because
Well, I will say something.
you're there and you're
I will.
like,
So he wasn't fully nude, yeah. But
Oh.
sometimes, especially if you've got a crush on an actor in a scene,
course.
Yeah.
and they make them wear these little
Little
socks,
aprons,
or
yeah.
we did a sex scene once on Goliath, which another show that was
God, that's
wonderful
huge,
to work on.
Goliath.
And the guy, they ended up cutting the scene, but the guy that was in the scene with me, they didn't have anything on hand, so he put a Crown Royale sack over his skin.
Yeah. Oh my
And I have it
God.
burned in my memory of this
Crown
purple
Royale,
crown.
and then
He's
they
hope
tied
it's
the
big
lip
enough.
up?
I'm like, it's
Yeah.
big enough. Don't worry, sweetheart.
Well, it must be girthy because the Crown Royale bag.
Yeah,
is-
it's pretty. You can
it's
stuff a lot in there.
Oh my
I know. So
God.
every time I
That's
see,
so long,
whenever
though.
I'm at a bar and someone's like, "Wait, what do you want?" and I see Crown Royale, I'm like,
like,
"That's fine. I'll
no.
have vodka."
If Jodi Arias wanted to meet you, would you meet her?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She must want to meet you.
I mean,
There's
I wonder if
no
she's seen them.
way.
I wonder if she's
Of
seen
course
them.
she has. I
Because they
mean-
made a second one.
Well,
Yeah,
think
I
about the
know.
Menendez
They made
brothers. They know everything that's
Well,
going
they
on outside.
they almost just got out
I
because of this
know.
whole show.
Yeah, getting out
I
now.
know.
I know. It's
Well,
wild.
I guess they're going to be locked in for a little while longer. Oops.
Oh
so
my
crazy.
God.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe my sympathies are. I played her in a movie, so it's different. But it's so funny. So the actor who played Travis,
Yeah.
like we had very different
The
views.
Crown Royale guy?
Yeah. No, not him. Different guy. He was because CNN came to interview us and stuff while we were shooting. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
We had all these news outlets that were like following the story, and
Was
they
it
would.
Larry King that did it? No, had he
No,
already
no,
he had
passed
already
King.
away?
No,
He had
I think
already
he might
passed
have.
away. Because those were
But
the
that
kind
was
of
your
stories
first
that he would have
big like
done.
movie role,
No,
TV movie role, or no?
It was my first like real life rip from the headlines thing. I'd never done that before
Yeah.
or played a real person before. So I
Yeah.
guess that was like what was like. it
That's
was different.
interesting.
But they would ask him questions and he'd say, he's like, I'd try to have a more balanced answer as to like how guilty she was or whether or not she did it
Yeah,
or
yeah.
what it meant, like in the
Well,
grand
because you're
scheme. of-
acting a role,
Of course.
you're not really the
And
person.
he would get on CNN and say, like, she's guilty, 100% she's guilty. She should
Should be in
get what
jail and
she's
get
yeah.
the.
So he was
death-
very yeah.
But isn't she
answer.
guilty? I mean, they
Of course
proved
she's
she was
yeah,
guilty.
sure she's guilty.
Well, after 30.
The camera took pictures.
How many times did she stab him?
30 some. more than
32.
30.
So after the
Wow.
31st
Yeah.
time, if she had stopped,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have been guilty. But the 32nd, that really put it over the edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you even do that many times?
Oh,
I
drink your
can't-
coffee too, because
Yes,
he's gonna do
I
I
it.
can't even imagine. That's like insane. That's like
That is
that's like
crazy.
hardcore shit.
I mean, there were some really, I don't know how explicit we can get on this.
You can.
podcast.
That's fine.
Oh,
Oh,
anything. Yeah.
Really?
We're talking about
Yes.
dicks. It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Our listeners love it.
I mean, there was, they would say something that had contributed to her mania, like her going crazy.
Yeah.
Because he was a Mormon, he didn't want to have sex before marriage, so so they never had like
Intercourse.
vaginal intercourse their entire.
They never
Well,
fucked.
the Mormons apparently
They never really
they
fucked.
don't really pretend like they're having sex. So what they do is they lay in bed. They lay on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then they invite the neighborhood over. and then they let them bounce on the mattress. And then
Right.
if things are going in and out
Right.
or
It's nobody's
in
fault. It's
different
nobody's-
places.
You saw that on Secret Lives of
Mormon
Mormon
Lives?
Wives.
Oh my God! Yeah, that Sister Wives I've been watching on HBO
yeah,
Max.
they're-
It's great.
Crazy.
yeah, those
Oh my
those bitches.
God.
Yeah.
Listen, there's been
Yeah.
something in every single orifice, and
Yeah.
it's not their fault because the neighborhood, when they're bouncing on the mattress, it just slippery slope. You never know where it's gonna go. And then they call me fucking gay. Like what the hell?
No, yeah.
I mean seriously.
You have to find a way around the system. That's
So,
just the way
what's
that it
your
works.
favorite TV role?
You have to find
character
a
you
way
played?
around the system.
You do.
Yeah. Your favorite TV
That's gonna be a
character role.
T-shirt.
My favorite TV role,
Yeah.
Lost was really wonderful because it was so great to be in Hawaii, and I loved just everybody on that. That was like
Because you
summer
lived here and
camp.
then you went to
We
to
would fly
Hawaii,
back and
basically.
forth to
Yeah.
Hawaii all the
Yeah.
time.
Which island was it?
Oahu.
Because they did. What was it? Hawaii 5? Not Hawaii.
Hawaii
5
Five-O is
Five-O.
Oahu,
Hawaii
too.
5.
Also
they
Oahu.
did that in Oahu
Yeah.
too.
Most of the stuff I think is shot.
So is the other
Yeah.
one.
Now they're doing another one that's their
Magnum PI.
Magnum
Yeah.
PI.
They're doing
It's
that
all
one
the
too.
same group of people.
We went to
Yeah.
it's the same.
That was amazing. But I think I worked on Goliath is my last show. So we worked on that we did 4 seasons of that with Billy Bob Thornton and a bunch of other
He's
amazing
really
people.
cool,
Oh my
isn't
God,
he?
he's so cool. He
He's
would love you guys.
really
How was it working
cool.
with him?
He's the
Because
best.
He's
He's the
so
best.
chill.
He's just very.
He loves
He's
Snow
got
White.
this aura
bet.
about him.
Oh, he's got cute little dogs too.
He's
Oh, does he?
very
Oh my God, they're so
chill.
cute.
Yeah.
But he's got such a great chill factor that a lot of people don't possess.
He's actually, he's legitimately cool. Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's the
like
actual
you
real
know
word.
that you can hang with the guy and it's
And he's
no
bullshit
judgment. Yeah,
either.
No
And he
judgment.
doesn't love. I mean, but he's just a real person. Like he's not a fake
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
What are you calling me fake now? I mean, Jesus Christ, just because we're in Beverly Hills.
No, but it's amazing.
Listen,
It's
bitch, chill
so
out.
easy to have a conversation. Anybody can have a conversation
yeah.
with him. And
Yes.
beyond that,
He's very
like,
relatable.
he makes you a better actor by being in a scene
wow,
with him. And he's
that's
so
nice.
much fun to
He's
work
so
with.
brilliant as an actor.
He's great, and he's great on the show.
I mean, I
He's
loved it
great
when he
everywhere.
was carrying Angelina Jolie's.
Yeah, I mean, only he could
Like,
be
that's
married to
kinda
weird,
Angelina
that-
Jolie.
yeah.
But when you know him, it makes perfect sense.
21 years
Yeah.
together. He doesn't carry my blood around.
That's just.
I mean,
Nope.
seriously. And if I bleed, he'll pass out. I'm like, really?
Well, that's because my husband is actually a fucking vampire.
Oh my god.
He likes it when I suck him, but not when I'm draining him. Really?
Oh my
Really?
god. Just kidding. We watched
No,
that,
you're not.
We watched that movie the other day. Abigail, have you seen that?
Have I seen? Oh, I think I have.
This little like 9-year-old, she's
The
all
Oh
happy,
yes, yes.
smiling.
Her teeth
and then
come
her
out.
Teeth
Yeah.
come out, and she's like a vampire from hell,
yeah,
killing
yeah.
everyone.
She's like 985 years old, but
Yeah.
she's so cute as a 9-year-old.
Yeah, don't have kids. I mean, I don't know what the moral of the story is.
Oh my
Well,
god.
don't have vampires for kids,
Mm-hmm.
at least.
What was more fun to work on, Lost or Goliath?
I mean, they're like.
Well, Goliath
it's
for
so
sure, because they
different.
had to put a Crown Royale thing all over the guy's penis.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
one of the highlights.
Right? Did
I,
the drawstring ever untie? Because
Yeah.
those don't really tie
You know, it's so
very
funny.
well.
Like almost all the they make a big deal about doing a sex scene when you're on. Like you got to sign all the stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta be very particular about nudity. Like you can't show all these things.
Did you have one of those little romantic people on set where
It was. I
An
don't
intimacy
think-
coordinator is what they
Is that
call
what
it.
it's
I don't
called?
think we did. I think it might have been right before, but it was.
Yeah, 'cause it
a woman
started
was
new.
directing the episode, so it was like there was no problem. It was like
Yeah.
a pretty bare bones sex scene.
I'm like,
and there
I'm
wasn't
laying
much
here,
involved.
touch me, let's go.
Yeah, it really wasn't. And also, I knew, when you know everybody on the set, it's,
it's
like
not
it's not
awkward.
super weird.
Yeah.
But I think that scene got cut out. It's like the third time that I've done a
No
love scene that's
way.
gotten cut out.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah. I don't know
Are you
what's.
bad at this?
I might be
Is it
really
you?
bad. I mean, it might be me. I'm saying because I mean, how much when am I gonna do like a nude scene when I'm 60? I mean, I'd
Well,
rather do
listen,
it now.
Farrah Fawcett or some of
No,
the
you're
other
right.
girls. I mean, it
Yeah.
took them
Yeah.
a while.
I don't know
before
why
they
they're
wanna
cutting
take
it
them.
out. I should
Why are
ask.
they cutting it
I should
out?
actually try to get tape. At least I could have like a best of, like
Maybe
a
you
reel.
could do maybe you're missing it. Maybe you need to do a reel that you can put
That
on
someone
your
will actually watch?
IMDb. Yeah. Hey,
Oh
wait.
my God.
Maybe there's a new future for you. OnlyFans.
I think at least
I mean,
I'll
there
have
may be
some.
some-
My
Somebody
husband
who
is
wants
always
content.
trying to get everybody into OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
wanna
understand
get,
it.
I want to get on OnlyFans.
But
so bad.
I mean, aren't there
can't
such
go
a
on
small
OnlyFans.
percentage of people that are actually making money on it?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
if you got a hot ass, show it, baby. And, if
Yeah, but is
and
that all
I'm
it
willing to
takes?
subscribe.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
Jesus.
too.
I would do my toes.
Would you do OnlyFans?
No, I don't think so.
No,
Why?
I don't
Not
think you
even
could
your
at
toes?
this
Well,
point.
because I want to have
a real
I
acting
want to
career.
continue to
You
act.
can't
That
fucking
is
do
real acting when you're
OnlyFans.
making $400,000
You
a
cannot
month.
do
That's a real.
I honestly think though it is getting to a point where it no longer matters. Like I mean, any
medium.
you can kind of turn it into whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. Well,
at this
yeah,
point-
we're very the
I
exhibitionist part of it.
I
doesn't really
remember
matter.
back in the day because he was a Versace model. I remember when he used to say, "If you're acting, stay in the acting. Don't go into modeling.
Yeah.
When you go into modeling, you're a model. It's a different set of people. It's a different set of rules. It's a different set of looks." And then I remember when he used to want to do like comp cards or whatever it was called back then. It was all different.
Yeah.
We just did headshots the other day because with Daniel Hoff.
Yeah. Our agent asked us,
Yeah.
commercial agent
So
asked us to do headshots.
who,
so we
who
did
was
them.
it that we did it? They were French people. Wasn't she French?
Oh, Sivan. Oh, Cameron Radice.
Yeah.
Radice. No, they're Italian.
Oh, Italian.
Oh my God.
Well,
Radice.
So we did a bunch of headshots or
Yeah.
whatever, and I was so amazed at what they did with us that I could not tell. I walked into the studio thinking, "Oh my God, the people we know that do the shows can do this."
Right.
I walked out of there mesmerized, thinking, "What the fuck did they do in 12 minutes?" Because that's all I gave them.
Wow.
I gave them 45 minutes. 'cause
Well, it's
that's me.
crazy because we've done magazine covers and we've
Yeah.
many magazine
yeah.
covers. And we've shot with many photographers, but we've never done like headshots, like commercial headshots. And our
Those are
agent's
hard
like,
to do well.
I
also.
know, and our agent keeps
See,
saying
who
you've
knew?
gotta do headshots.
I might just pull on Google.
He's like,
Isn't it
put
the
one of our
same?
magazine covers
Yes.
on,
Yeah, of course.
you know,
have a
on the
million
profiles or whatever they need them for, and they're like, no, we can't. They're not going to book you with a magazine cover. They want a headshot. They
Right.
want a commercial headshot. So we did them, and
And
I'm
it worked
glad
out
we
really
did
well.
them.
That's
So
good.
that's what I'm saying. The rules are so different than what they used to be. I mean, to think that they came to the theater and they found you.
Well,
They
yeah,
find
I
people
mean,
on TikTok now.
I
Yeah, of course,
know.
that's
Like
new-
if you're
that's
not
the
on
new thing.
TikTok, that's your audition tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I
Isn't
know.
that the
You
way
have
it
to-
works
You have
then?
to kind of make your own.
So you should. I mean, what's it hurt to do OnlyFans? And the people.
Nothing.
Let me ask you something.
You're right.
If the people that are subscribing
God.
$1.95 to your OnlyFans want to hire you for a bigger role,
Well, I heard that you don't have to do full explicit pornography.
Right.
no, you
No,
can
you don't
play the
really, but-
violin.
You
And
play
some
violin. I
naked.
can't
Yeah,
do
some
that
people
either.
have been saying
Well,
that
you don't have to do it well.
You could do like cooking, you could do sewing, you could do all kinds of
Yeah.
different things.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even have to do it naked.
Maybe
And
you
probably
fuck
get
up
more
your-
if you do it naked. but-
Maybe if you fuck up the cake and you turn around and your ass is hanging
Right.
out, oops.
Yeah. Oops. Exactly.
I don't think
I
directors.
totally want to do it.
I don't think directors and producers are looking for actors and actresses on OnlyFans. I just don't.
Exactly.
I
But if
don't.
they're paying
Maybe not
$1.95, they're invested. Wouldn't that be the best audition tape you could
No,
submit?
but what you could do is
Yes.
you could. I mean, the genius move would be to take all of your subscribers that are donated, whatever, $1.95, however, for
Yeah.
this picture.
Yeah.
Contact those.
I'll do it for
those
99 cents.
Men, women, whomever it is that are following you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say, look, I have an idea for a movie. Would you be interested in
Supporting it.
supporting the film? And you could do
Like
you
a
could
GoFundMe.
a GoFundMe through your
Oh my gosh.
through your OnlyFans and make a movie.
We have a new business.
That is interesting.
Somebody one day
actually.
will do it and it'll win an Oscar. I bet.
Maybe.
This little bitch, Snow White 90210, she's got 8 titties. I want to expose it.
You should. They're good. I mean,
Could you
it must
imagine
exist.
her
Snow
on
for
White,
dogs.
do
OnlyFans?
not listen to this. Do
She-
not
she would
listen to this.
make a killing.
When she's taking a shower, when
Oh
she's
my
bathing,
God.
when
I
she's
know.
wet and soaking.
Tanya, back to what your favorite. What's your favorite role, which we've never got to?
My favorite
yet.
role.
We've been
Oh, yeah.
trying to get there.
What was the favorite role?
I think I played a woman named Brittany Gold, who was a
That's
legal
Goliath,
assistant turned
right?
escort on Goliath.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
Look at
role.
her. She goes back to the escort.
I know.
We were just talking about something
minute.
you wanted
I
to
also,
redirect.
I
But in
also
Lincoln
play,
Lawyer, aren't you
I also
playing a
play
prostitute
hooker.
there
I also
too?
play a hooker on Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh my God!
Which leads me to believe I should have an OnlyFans, I think.
This is why they're cutting all those sex scenes.
But-
They're saving it for a really
They
big
must
No,
be.
but
debut.
They
Lost
must be.
was totally different.
Yeah,
Lost, you were like this nerdy
Most of my other roles are.
scientist or something,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Dr. Russo or something.
I was Dr.
Doctor-
Russo's daughter, so
Daughter,
I was
yeah.
like this wild girl.
You
who
ended
lived
up
on
at the
an
little
island.
safe thing, the code.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
the
like a
hatch, the hatch.
Yeah, whatever. It's a whole shit show.
And I think you played a whore on Texas Chainsaw
I
Massacre
did.
too.
I know. I played the.
Why do they
slutty
always
friend.
cast you as the whore?
She's hot.
This
Look
is
at
what
her.
happens. I end up auditioning for the lead.
Do you
right?
wear like
This
big
is what happens.
glasses?
No,
And, like, fake
I
teeth?
auditioned for the lead, and they're like, yeah, but I mean, we want you in the movie, but would you be interested in this part? And then
Yeah.
whenever that happens, you're kind of like, fuck,
How do you
should
say
I say
no? You
no?
can't
I should
Yeah.
probably say yes. I don't know. This role's kind of dumb. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Right.
You know, and then you kind of
You
work
know
your
what?
way
I
up
know what
after.
I know what it is.
What?
I think they already know you own Corsica and that you don't need to be the lead. So
Yeah.
you
They
already,
must know that.
you
That
can do
must
any
be
role.
it.
You're just there for a good time
That must
and
be
a
it.
fun time.
But sometimes, you know, it just depends. Sometimes those roles are more fun. It is true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's the pretty woman of modern day.
That's a compliment.
That is cool. Well,
It
you are
is.
beautiful.
Thanks.
You really are.
But-
You've done modeling too,
Beautiful.
right?
I've
Did you
never
ever,
done
You never modeled?
Oh my God, I'm gonna have you in my next fashion
I thought
show.
you
I
did
thought-
stuff
we
for
just did a
Mike.
fashion show. You could have totally done the show.
I've never modeled.
You shot with Mike Ruiz.
Yeah, okay, but that was for
Yeah,
like
but
a
that's
magazine.
not
But
modeling.
that was I saw the shoot.
That's
Wow. That was awesome.
It's fun. Yeah, I mean, I
So
just
you've
haven't
never
done that
actually
much
modeled?
of it. No,
Wow. I would have
haven't.
thought
I'm gonna
you
have her in my
definitely
fashion
modeled.
show
You
next
should.
time.
I'd love to.
I just did
Yeah.
one. I did Fashion Life Tour.
Tour
They
for
came
Fashion
back
Week.
from London,
Wow.
and I did
Yeah.
it. I did it here in LA. He wants me now to go to London.
Yes.
We can go to Corsica and
We're
stop
going.
by the homeland.
Oh my God, we could.
I think London is a little far from Corsica.
Why?
It's a little far,
It's
but
in the
it's not like
islands, right
America.
there. Oh my God! You
It's an
take
island
the
in
train.
Ireland.
Hour.
You take the train to Paris, and then you hop on a boat and you get there.
Exactly.
It's fine. No big deal. I mean,
That's not far.
seriously.
Oh my
Besides,
God.
she knows people
Yeah.
that have private jets.
No, not anymore.
Oh
That's a long
shit!
time ago.
Did that jet fly
But we
away?
can go to Monaco and meet some people.
I
Oh my
and
God.
find a jet.
Monaco.
We can
Have
go.
you been?
Yes,
We
Oh,
can
I
go to
love
Monte Carlo and
Monaco.
hang out at the casino. And
exactly.
listen, they all
And
flew
this
in
time you
fly.
can steal the espresso cup.
I don't
and
steal.
saucer. I'm sorry. This time you can collectible.
Yes.
He's a collectible.
Oh yeah, especially some of those hotels. Down
He's
there
a
in Monaco,
collector.
they're
Oh
beautiful.
my God,
I know.
that fine china
I
that they
know,
have
I
there, it's like I mean, I found one, I was looking at the bottom, it was like Limoges. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bitch,
Yeah.
I'm taking this. That old man chased me down the
As
street.
we're walking out,
that
he
right?
chases
He
him
beat
down.
me up.
Really? He beat
He
you up?
literally beat me. Because
beat
okay,
you
so
up.
he did.
They have
He
their
did
own set of
not
rules in
beat
Monaco.
you.
You know, it's its own principality. It's not even part of France.
He didn't care. He's like, you foreigner, beating me up and telling me off in French. So he sits right there,
Yeah.
has his little coffee. It's a delicious coffee.
Yes.
And then I come back and I'm like, oh my God. Because I was in the casino because I had to gamble for a minute. And then I come back out and then I see the coffee cup and the saucer. And I'm like, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I need to take it. So by the time I say, okay, hurry up and finish it so that I can take it, the guy comes back and makes sure that it's finished, swipes it off the table. I go, where did the coffee? He took it. I said, order another one.
He did.
I
He made me
want
order
that.
another
Wow,
one.
then you walked out. And then what happened? Did you have to give it back?
Well, I saw the guy realizing that this time I just sat there.
How did
I'm
he
like,
know?
just down it.
I know.
He just knows because I'm sure I wasn't the only one that had thought about
Yeah,
that.
probably not.
He is a collector.
So I went to the back to the kitchen because their doors are open. There's no A, B, C, D.
Right, right.
There's no
Oh my
regulation
God.
there. So
I'm
the door
rolling
is
my
open and
eyes.
welcoming everybody. So I looked and there was a big tray of all the different dirty cups that somebody hadn't gotten to. I said, I'm even going to take the dirty one. I don't care. I'll wash it at home myself. Who cares?
Yeah, who
I
cares?
mean, it's Paris.
Yeah.
Just
It's
take
fine.
this is before COVID. So
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not going to drink out of it immediately.
anything goes. I went back there. I was about to take another one, and I told
Because
him,
you,
I said,
wait,
take
you were
this
going to
one.
take another one
So
because
I was
you wanted the set.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I
You only
had
took one,
two.
you need at least two.
So it didn't really matter. I'm like, you take this one, I'm gonna take the other one. You get up, you put this in you run, you walk, you go fast.
Oh my God.
That man came and swiped that off the table and saw me walking to the back. I swear to God, I think the alarms had gone off. And he chased me and started hitting me from the back.
Terrible.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this cannot be legal.
Crazy.
It was insane.
It's wild.
I never went back.
Listen.
My face is probably at the
You
airport.
think that there's like a picture with the picture of the
Monaco's
coffee
most
cup?
Yeah, with the
Wanted,
big
yes.
X.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
not serve
yeah.
this man. I'm
I'm a
sure.
collector. I take things.
Listen,
They're souvenirs.
you'd appreciate it more than
gosh.
anybody who's any random tourist.
I mean, I
that's
have a
drinking out
museum.
of it.
I'm building a museum from all my
Theft.
All the
adventures.
things you saw.
From all the theft.
It's
Did you
theft.
die in Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
You did, right?
she
Like
did.
everybody dies.
It
in
was
Like a
Texas Chainsaw
horrible
Massacre.
death, right?
Yeah, I got. Well, the guy tries
were
to
running.
chainsaw us in half.
Yes.
But we survive.
Yep.
And then I get put in a freezer. And at the end,
Did you end up in the car? Wait.
Yeah, we were this
Yeah.
You were
crazy
in the car.
van
That's
scene
right.
where he's
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to kill us.
The van, yeah,
And
yeah,
then
the
later
car.
on, towards the end of the movie, he puts me in a freezer,
Mm-hmm.
and then everyone thinks I'm dead. So the cop opens the freezer, and I jump out like a Jack in the Box kind of thing. And then he gets scared, so he shoots me in the head, and all my brains come flying out.
The cop kills you,
Cop
right?
kills
By
me.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
How was that to do a death scene?
I mean,
That's
what-
intense, right?
No, not
No?
really.
Not
no.
because when you're watching it, it's different than when
No, but they put a huge prosthetic on the back of my head with my brain
That
spilling out, and then
exploded.
like I took a selfie and sent it to my mom, and mom's like, "Don't send me that anymore."
I love it.
Come on, tu peux faire ça. She really hated it.
Oh my God.
I know it's horrible. I took a bath that night in the hotel. I remember, and the bath was like blood red, like that.
Where did you guys film that?
In Louisiana,
Oh, really?
yeah, in like Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh my God! We have a house in New
French-
Orleans.
in French
Do you
Quarter.
really?
Yeah, French
Yes,
Quarter.
I love
One of my
Les
favorite
Îles
cities.
Bourdons.
Favorite city. I would
New
live there. I
Orleans?
think I could.
Fabulous.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's
if
what
I could
said.
any other place in it. Yeah.
You see, you just hold your interview questions because there's so much commonality.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to
Oh my
retire there.
Yeah, I would
So
too.
when I bought the house and I told him, I said, you know what? I want to keep this house. I never
so
want to get rid
nice.
of it. It was part of Katrina, and then after Katrina, we started building it. Then this guy moved in, and then they burned it. Then after they burned the back half of the house, we found the guy that was going to be building
The
it,
contractor.
shot in the back of the car,
And they burned our house to the ground.
and then they burned the rest of the house down to the ground, and they shot the guy, and they found him in the trunk of a
Yes.
car.
And at
I
this
mean, it was
point,
insane.
Tanya, I was telling
Why
my
do
husband.
have I heard this story before?
No. Well, maybe on the radio we talked about it, but
Probably.
but it's a
'Cause we-
movie,
'cause we
right?
do
It's a
series
crazy
like some-
movie. It's literally a movie.
Yeah, I
It
don't
really
know if
happened.
you've said this to me before. Maybe I heard
Yeah.
it. But
Oh,
this is
maybe.
extremely familiar. A contractor
Yeah,
that
I
got shot in the
probably
back.
did.
I think I
because
remember.
it was
Okay.
insane. Because we're the only ones that hired a contractor, so we can start working on the house, so I can
Yeah.
get
So
rental
what
income.
happened now?
Then we had to rebuild
Rebuild it.
from scratch.
I told my
call
husband,
it,
we fought about this. I'm like, we are not rebuilding this house. It was destroyed in Katrina. We rebuild it.
There's a
And then,
message.
and then they burn it once.
They burn
and
it
then they
back out.
burn it down the
Then they
second to the
burn the front-
ground.
they burn the front
I'm like,
half.
somebody is telling us to get rid of this fucking
Yeah,
property.
you've got a ghost or something in there.
and it's a historic property.
Yeah.
It
Well, it
was from
was.
the 1800s.
No, it's the Home Depot house.
I call it the Home Depot house, and then I look at the bills and I go, no, it was more Lowe's.
Oh my God.
It costs.
But it's a
pretty
beautiful
penny.
property, and he
Where
kept it.
is it?
He kept
Where
They
is it?
canceled our insurance when Katrina happened.
Yep.
I'm
Because
not
they couldn't
surprised
afford
by
to do
that, but
anything. So
yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
get an umbrella policy that I can at least cover, and then we had to supplement it with so much more money into it. Because
Yeah.
I did not. I refused to let this.
But you
house
still
go.
haven't.
We
It's
did. We
on
broke it up
Rampart.
into 3 apartments.
Oh, great.
It's on
And now we have
Rampart
3
Street.
Oh my
units.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Rampart.
It's
Yeah.
a great city.
I love
Me
New Orleans.
too.
The energy of New
Yeah,
Orleans,
yeah.
and I think when you're walking through, and because I'm so open, and I like receive so much, right? When you're in New Orleans and you're walking on those cobblestone floors that I literally, legitimately can hear
Yeah.
the horse and buggies, their feet, on, like it's so specific and I'm so dialed
And you got
into
everyone,
it.
all the witch doctors buried like right outside the corner.
You go
and
to
everything.
Mary LeBou's
Yeah, her
cemetery.
tomb.
the
Love.
cemetery,
Every time I
the
go,
grave.
I have to
yeah.
do another
I
chalk
know.
mark.
Yeah.
I draw on her tomb. I love it.
It's got there's a really nice, it almost seems like a place from another time. And you have like all
Yeah.
the French influence there and like the Cajun stuff. And it's just.
It just doesn't belong.
it doesn't
in
America. Yeah, it's very
it's
shocking.
a total different thing.
Yeah.
Look, it's its own entity and country.
What's funny though is I used to I had an office in Baton Rouge many years ago, and because of the humidity and it sweats so bad, I would literally have to leave my shirts upstairs in my office because I would go from the car to the office.
And you'd be wet.
I'd be soaked in sweat.
Can I tell you
because
what
of the
they
humidity.
did?
So
Can I
hot,
tell you
yeah.
what they did in this office at one point?
No, we're not going to talk about this. Oh my God, no! Why are you talking about this?
If there was OnlyFans,
we're
back
not
going
to talk about this. This was years ago.
at night.
Oh my
At
God!
night, he leaves the office, right? He's done. His employees were
Okay,
shooting
they had a
porn.
sex tape.
Really?
They made a sex tape in my office.
I
the
can't
employees
believe
did.
this.
That wasn't me.
Just
it was the
once, or-
employees.
No, multiple times.
Was
Okay.
there a black couch? Like every porn has a black couch.
I had a blue couch.
Blue couch. Wow.
Is that crazy?
But I was living in LA, and I would go back and forth to the office. So when I wasn't there, we found out that police had
And you know how-
contacted us.
yeah.
Your staff
Excuse me,
are
you know-
making sex tapes in your
You know how we
office.
found out? Because one of them was the police officer. So because they were breaking up, they ended up getting like a breakup thing. The police officer
Yes.
got mad. Police officer knew,
Turned
wrote
him
a
in.
ticket and turned him in. And
Oh.
then,
Yeah.
hello,
That
it's
sounds
my
good.
office.
Wow.
I know.
But it was a beautiful office. it was
Wow,
in
the
this
moldings in this place.
old
are
like
great.
it was like
right?
crown. Oh, had crown molding. It
Yeah.
was so beautiful. It
They
was like
weren't
the
using.
old
They,
New
were
Orleans
not even using
style.
Crown Royale little bags.
No.
Old
Stop
Nor-
the fucking for a second. Who did it all? That's great. So my character on Goliath does the same thing to Billy Bob's character. Shows up at his office and
Yeah.
says, "Oh shit, I thought you'd be out. I got a friend coming over. Can we just use your
you
office
see
for a
what
couple
I
minutes?" We did the same thing.
Do you see what
This
I mean?
must be a common Louisiana
It's
trait.
gotta be. It's gotta be something.
It wasn't Goliath was
it's-
Louisiana.
No. That's L.A. But Billy's from the South.
It's
He's-
in the
Oh,
swamp.
yeah.
It's
Oh
in
my
the swamp
God.
water.
Yeah,
It's got to be something like
mentality.
that.
Yep.
But I don't mind doing OnlyFans. I really don't. Because
But
at
you
this
don't
point
have
in
one.
my life.
You said you don't have one
I know,
yet.
but I don't mind doing my toes, my
Yeah,
feet.
but
They
you
say that-
can't just show your toes. They're gonna want to see your face at some point.
Of course.
But if they see my face with my toes, I'm good with it. It's just everything in the middle.
It's
I'm
just
not
really
gonna
hard to
show.
get a picture of your. Yeah, you
It
gotta
just
get both
depends
hands.
on how much they pay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, if
Depends
I
on the
put my
number.
toes next to his face, he can put his toes next to mine.
That'd be so
I can
cute.
lick it.
Oh my
I can suck it.
God. Oh,
Okay, so
geez.
everybody that's listening now and watching.
No, don't listen to this. Do not entertain this idea.
Well, you can subscribe on YouTube. You can subscribe on all major platforms. It's free for now, so go ahead and click the button
My
and like.
God, this is nuts. No, you're not going to do OnlyFans.
You don't think so?
I mean, look,
No.
listen. It just depends on how hard it is out there, and you know.
Oh, it's hard.
I knew he was gonna say this. Jesus.
How could it not
Oh
be?
my
I mean, come
God.
on, let's go. I mean, let's go.
Oh my God. Is there a movie you want to do, like a franchise you would want to be involved in?
Oh man, a franchise. I mean,
Like, would you do a Star Wars movie?
sure. I'm not a huge Star Wars
You're not?
fanatic. I mean, I
There
like
are no
Star
whores
Wars.
in that one.
Listen, I'm not gonna. There are though. What's that bar where they show up
Oh,
at Star
yeah,
Wars
there was
all
ones
day?
that all
Like,
hang
there's all
out.
those alien hookers in
I
there.
never seen
Oh.
nudity though.
No, I know.
On
Do you really want to see
Tatooine.
that? Tatooine. Yeah, that's right.
Mos Eisley. See, I know.
Of course you
It'd be
do.
cool to be in a Dune movie. I'm a fan of the. I like the Dune
Oh,
franchise.
Dune.
Yeah.
That's a
Pretty
good
cool.
I could see
one.
you in a Dune movie.
I'd like to be in a Dune, some kind
Yeah.
of Dune thing.
So you did a new movie that just came out.
Yes, yeah, that's also
Tell us about
sci-fi.
that. It's called
Future Days.
Okay.
Which
Future days.
Futura,
basically,
right?
yeah,
Oh, Futura Days.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's Sanskrit or it must mean something. I'm
Well,
not quite sure.
Futura days.
I watched
So-
the trailer. So good.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
can't wait to watch
it's this.
Wait, what's your character
No,
first?
no, I'm
Tell
just,
me
I'm
what it
just
is. Do
a
you have
person.
clothes on?
Yeah, yes, I do.
I'm nervous.
You do not play a whore
I
in
don't.
Future
I
Days.
do not. No, she's
Not
just,
yet.
No, she's not. So
Future Days too.
So it's yeah. She's it's a story of this guy who this like successful kind of record producer that that thinks that
Oh, he's
maybe
a record
he
producer.
thinks that his life could have been lived differently. He's wondering if this relationship could have like panned out well if he
Yeah.
stayed with this woman. So he participates in this this sort of what would you call it? Like future travel
Time travel, right?
travel
Time
program.
travel. Yeah.
To kind of relive his past to see if it would have played out differently if he'd stayed with this woman that he was with. A
Oh, so
relationship
he
that
goes
went
back
wrong.
to try to figure out what the outcome was going to be.
Right, so he
Should-
relives their relationship with
interesting.
this
Yeah, it's
woman
very
that he
cool.
broke up with,
I like that.
and she's like an aspiring singer, and it was a very toxic kind of love affair.
And you're the
And I'm the
love
girl.
interest.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he.
That's you
so that's what
are
I
the
did.
hooker again.
No, I'm not.
The
not at
love
all.
interest. Oh no, that's a
Not
girl.
the hooker.
But you're
she's
not. You
not.
didn't say girlfriend.
But it's in
Girlfriend. Yeah, they were boyfriend girlfriend.
What is it?
Are
set
you
in the
fluid?
future or
It's
no?
set. It's kind of set in the past technically because
Okay.
this already happened. It's like an alternate reality. If to see what their life would have been like if they'd stayed
Are
together.
you going to be fluid in this? Because that's the like the. In
Why
thing
the fuck
now.
would she be fluid?
Because
I don't
it's
understand
future,
where that's
it's
even
the
coming
Oh, I
from.
see.
future.
I see.
Oh,
Well,
Were
no,
you
I mean,
you
the
a
whole-
guy? You turned to a girl? Were
No.
you
No,
with a
that would
guy?
be
Then you
cool.
wanted to be lesbian?
This is the
Like,
wrong
There's
fucking
no.
film.
I don't
We're
think she
talking
ever
about
wanted to be. No,
I
but
know,
travel.
but think about it. It's time travel.
But we
if
do-
you were
you're
going to
right.
go back,
You're right.
would you want like things
But
to
what
be
if we
different?
end up going into the future and everyone's like even more conservative than they were in the past? Don't
Oh
you see
God,
that happening?
no! No.
Okay, yeah, maybe
I
not.
can't imagine Amish OnlyFans. I just don't know what
that
I would
would
want
make
to
money.
see.
So is the movie out now?
You're too funny.
So it's out now, yeah.
And where,
It's,
how do we see it? Where can we see it?
You can watch it. It's on Apple TV. It's
Okay.
streaming on a lot of places. Brandon Sklenner plays the boyfriend.
Oh my
he's
God.
he's very cute,
Very cute.
and
Yeah.
super talented. And
Ooh.
do you know who that is?
Let's talk about his talent.
Huh?
How talented is he, really?
He was.
I'm so excited for you because he does this for every guest. You were drinking the coffee. We flipped it over,
Am I?
and now he's
You're
going to tell you what he
looking for
sees.
Love. Oh my fucking God.
Is that right?
Somebody from your past is gonna come back and enter back into your life.
Okay.
She's like,
Someone that
do I
you
want
thought
this?
that maybe got away, or maybe that you thought it just wasn't right, that wasn't gonna work out. Hook you up with it.
I like them a lot.
For what?
Cheaters Club. She
Glasses.
loves my glasses. I
They're
said Cheaters
Oh
Club.
yeah,
really
yeah,
are.
yeah. They're really cute.
They're from Cheaters Club.
Think
It's,
I got
it's
mine too.
amazing. It's
I like
Japanese actually. They handcraft it. They
got
pour
blue ones.
everything,
They're
and
nice.
then it's all laser handcrafted.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, Paul is now going to read your coffee cup. Before he does that, I just want to remind our listeners they can go to paulatu.com and book their own Armenian coffee cup reading, either on Zoom or live in person with us.
But you're looking for love. I mean, the whole cup is about how you're looking for love. And it's not just looking for love. I think it's someone from your past that's going to come back through that you know was either one that got away or you're still so connected to that you need to be with.
Oh.
And you're waiting for the right opportunity for it to present itself. And it's almost here. It must already be here because your connection to this person is very strong.
Are you talking to somebody?
I mean, I just.
I'm looking at this expression on her face, and it says it all.
I mean,
You gotta confess, bitch.
I mean, I had lunch today with someone that I hadn't seen in like many years.
Oh my God!
That I used to. I mean, you
A
know,
relationship?
kind of, and that for many different reasons, like didn't work out.
But it's going to this time.
Oh,
Whatever this is.
I swear. I mean, it's so strange that you say that.
How did it come about that you went to lunch with him today?
How did it come? I mean, we just started for some reason texting again recently.
C'est la vie!
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Vous voulez coucher à moi?
What he said.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But I'm telling you, your heart is so enthralled. It's full in a way that maybe there was an ingredient missing before that you hadn't either noticed or tapped into or thought that it was a direction that you didn't want to go in. But now it's almost as if you've never stopped being connected in a specific way. Now you're totally into it in a very different way. And I think they're presenting themselves in a different light as well. Almost there's an acknowledgement, which means if I made a mistake, as an example, which I never do, if I've made a mistake, I would tell you, I'm sorry, I did this, and it was probably not a good thing to do. And that probably could have been something that really changed the course of what it could have been.
That's what I said.
You're kidding me!
What? At lunch?
Not at lunch, but
But in your
What the fuck?
Really?
Exactly.
Because that's what it looks like.
God.
It's exactly that.
Is that like blown? Like
Need I say more?
I mean, that's. I don't know what to say. I mean,
You can tell me how amazing I am.
no, it's amazing.
You can tell me how spot on I am.
No, I mean that's the exact.
It-
yeah.
it-
I mean that's
you know.
exactly what that was. What,
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Because your heart never stopped feeling
How long ago was
what
it?
it still does.
It's probably
Over
since 2019.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
2018.
Because I'm counting the lines in
2018
here.
or earlier than that even.
He's not an actor, right? Thank God.
Is he on the cover of People magazine or Time magazine?
People.
Does he
There's
have a
no Time
G5?
magazine anymore.
There
is there?
isn't.
No.
Is that right?
I think
No,
it's
there
just-
is.
I think it's
but
digital.
I think it's digital.
Digital.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Not
yeah.
the same. That's encouraging then.
Wow. So you had a good lunch.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Nice.
But sometimes it's hard. Like you don't. Yeah, it's
It
interesting.
doesn't connect, and I'm telling
Yeah.
you that ingredient. It's such a simple thing, but sometimes we don't identify with it because we're in a different space. And then when you take yourself out of the elements and then you come back into it, you're like, oh my God, like, really? And
Wow.
not to question yourself because you listen to yourself. That's another thing. You have great intuition and you tap into it. There's a lot of people that have great intuition, but they don't pay attention to themselves. Red flags everywhere and they're just like bulldozing right through them. They're like, no, this is the one. I'm like, no, bitch. You know.
Was it serious before when you were with him?
Kind of, but it it was prematurely ended. You know?
Yeah.
Like I always had the feeling that you meet some people in your life and you tell yourself, oh, the timing was bad, and I wish.
So
that
what would you do
Right.
now?
differently?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a different person now. I mean, I assume we both.
Well,
are.
you're still the
Yeah,
same
of
person.
course.
but-
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Somewhat.
you're still the same person, but you modified or you matured or you know what's more important or you rearrange your
yeah.
priorities.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many.
Yeah, and I think I'm like more.
Because you're still a beautiful
open-minded now.
human.
Then as you get older, you become a little more wiser and like
Experience.
experience and take things
Mature.
less seriously and like are more open, among other things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool.
It's very cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So, you told me you're writing a script or whatever,
Yeah.
which I don't understand what that really means. I'm clueless, right? Totally clueless. I mean, I wrote a book,
Your book is being turned into a movie. Babe.
Yes.
Is that right?
Ariana Nicole book being turned into a movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm a published author.
Okay, so it's the same exact, then
Yeah.
that's
If I
writing
knew,
is writing.
I should add that to some of the accolades that I have. Published.
The list is
author. I'm gonna
long.
walk around. I'm a published author.
That's right.
I'm published. Are you published, bitch?
No,
I'm
that's a
published.
big deal.
I think it says it in your bio that you're.
Oh, it does. Okay.
both
So, we both are. Did you see how he threw that in there? That's why you can't get together with somebody that's in the same industry.
Oh my
They never
God!
give you
Both
full
our
credit for
names are
anything.
on the
But do
fucking
you
book.
see? You can never get full credit for anything. So.
This podcast is brought to you by Her Dat Media and American Media Television. Executive producers are Patrick Simpson, Paula Tu, and Pat Safford. Produced by Jordan Hill and Sarah Silikula. Shooting and editing by Jordan Hill. Music and theme song, Undressed, written and performed by Lionel Cohen, courtesy of DNA Productions. Artwork by Dominique Demetz, and hosted by Paula Tu, Patrick Simpson, and Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow at Pola2 and at Patrick Simpson and at Snow White 90210 and watch Gown and Out in Beverly Hills on Prime Video. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.